Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the news on CAM1 Radio, the People's Radio. FM 99.5 is the frequency. On our top story today, the launching of studies and the update of the Limbe Urban Master Plan is of dire importance. That is the phase one, an initiative which topped the agenda at Limbe City Council, deliberated in chambers in the presence of top government officials yesterday, June 19th. In this edition of the news, we shall also be talking about the fishing trade business in Limbe, which has been reported to be on a decline. Moreover, the government in Kenya is facing a major backlash over a controversial bill. All of these stories shall be brought up to you in this video. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the People's Radio. And the news is going to be dished out to you in just an instant. The launching of studies and the updates of the Limbe Urban Master Plan is said to be of dire importance, and the phase one project is already on the way. An initiative which has topped the agenda at the Limbe City Council deliberative chambers. A meeting took place yesterday in the presence of top government officials in this part of the country, most precisely in Limbe. Our senior reporter was on the field and came up with the following report.
The launching of studies for the update of the Limbe Urban Master Plan Phase 1 took place Wednesday, June 19, 2024 at the Limbe City Council deliberative chambers in the presence of the Senior Divisional Officer for Fako, Viam Mekala, Divisional Officers for Limbe 1, 2, 3 subdivisions, City Mayor to the Limbe City Council, Mayors of Limbe 1, 2, 3 councils, the General Manager of Matthew, Regional Delegate of Urban Development and Housing for the Southwest Region, Divisional Delegates, Traditional Rulers, amongst others.
Question. What is new is that Limbe, today, we are launching the update Urban Master Plan. First phase. And I want to continue to thank Head of Government, the Prime Minister, Head of Government, Chief Dr. for this benefit, and by extension the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Her Excellency Madam Guest, for ensuring that this project, the Limbe Urban Master Plan, starts this particular year.
The Limbe City Council has prioritized the updating of the Limbe Urban Master Plan to incorporate and adjust the existing development as well as extend the city of Limbe.
I want to thank her because in her program budget, she has programmed Limbe City Council in the aspect of the Limbe Urban Master Plan. This year, she has offered us 20 million francs as a bid. 120 million francs. And next year, we are going to receive 90 million. Right here, 90 million. While we expect the rest to complete the 700 million from the impact. And I want to assure you that today has made us, the City Council, the administration of the City Council, very, very, very happy, because as we launch this project, we know the vision of the City Council is going to be intact.
The update of the Limbe Urban Master Plan will enable the Limbe City Council to obtain a number of documents such as the Land Use Plan, the Summary Land Use Plan. This would determine the conditions allowing on one hand to limit the use of space, to control travel needs, to protect forest areas, cultural heritage, natural and urban sites and landscapes, to prevent natural hazards and technological risks, as well as pollution and nuisance of all kinds.
The vision is that Limbe, first of all, should, have many access roads into Limbe. As we speak, we're talking about the second access road to Limbe, entering Limbe. We're talking about the 27 kilometers road from the roundabout of Tipo to Manawa. We are talking about the urban network routes, talking about seeing how routes network can be improved so that you can move around Limbe within 15 minutes. We are talking about enhancing the potentials of tourism in Limbe. We are also talking about looking at the renewal of the urban master plan that we are talking about. We are talking about also the future urbanization. And also talking about the drainage. When we talk about drainage, we're talking about the drainage master plan. We're also talking about the canalization.
It was characterized by different presentations, question and answer sessions. Meanwhile, the management of Matthew have recruited some 24 youths in Limbe in order to assist and work with them in data collection.
Now, since we have some limitation of budget, usually the MINJU, who is the financer of the project, they used to cut it on phases. So for the first phase, you will focus on the diagnosis, like to know the town, to know who are Limbe city dwellers, to know about the land title issues, to know about the economic activities, a lot of things, just for all the experts to have an idea of the terrain. And even for the city dwellers, because you can be living at Limbe and there are certain things that you don't know. Because
it should be noted that some of the vision for Limbe municipality is to look for and make sure Limbe has another road, the 27-kilometer road from Tico roundabout to Manawa Bay. Each household to have an address, good communication road network to ease movement in the municipality in less than 15 minutes, and commercial structures.
Fishermen and women in Down Beach, Limbe, Fako division of the Restif Southwest region have continued to plead for government's intervention to halt the illegal fishing trade, which poses a futuristic threat of seafood scarcity.
We declare because we get people where they come up from outside, where they can buy. Actually, Limbe people they do chop fish. Most people Limbe people they go in a cold store. The people they really can't buy where they can't, or also can't buy with fish. They can afford to come up boya, come up dollars. So how they call the white man country where they sell it, they can't buy. They know the cafe can't buy. But Limbe people in general they need chop their fish. They go in a cold store. They need come here. So like when you see that time when you see I say ghost town days, so it affects you strongly because now outside they can't buy with fish.
The Vice President of the Fishmongers Association, Madam Joan Luma, who has been dwelling in the fish trade business for over 3 decades, states some of the challenges which they continue to face in the fishing sector.
The business the first challenge is because of sometimes the way we get failure of light. Light in the village. Last time we get almost 10 days no light, and it will make it expensive because the rest of the fish they go bad. So some people they take their own dry and where they're not supposed to dry the fish, so they face some difficulties. And now so we get scarcity of fish because now so when they go water they come back empty, and the cost of petroleum is so high. So we get very difficulties now for fish food. People can start the food be expensive because person go water. One time I don't bring us some small fish, and they calculate in petrol money they don't use them. Then the amount of fish they bring is small. So if you get enough of higher the price, so for meat up. with expenditure.
The ongoing Anglophone crisis has also been mentioned by the Vice President to being a major problem which has contributed to the decline of the fishing trade. Juan Luma also highlights the problem caused by frequent lockdowns and curfews in the southwest region. Hadison Mengi, a fish trader who has been in the sector for over 15 years, disclosed one of the major hurdles they are faced with is constant power outages, which has also led to repetitive destruction of electrical appliances such as refrigerators, which help to preserve seafood.
Actually, in this fishing business, there are so many challenges we are facing. One of which is the storage facilities. There are times that, there is so much, or there are so much fishes that we don't have places to store. So we really need a storage facility, because here in Limbe, that's one of our main challenges. Especially, secondly, I will talk of electricity failure. Yeah, the electricity failure here in Limbe is very high, in such a way that now in Limbe there is no a day without a failure of lighting. So that's the thing that we have here, which has been a great challenge for us in this domain.
As a result of the hike in fish prices, some women now buy tiny fishes, commonly known as munyanya, so they can fry and sell for sustainability.
Seriously, I will tell you that the people in Limbe don't actually consume this fish here. Even me, I'm tired of it. So, what I want to eat, if I want to eat anything like fish, it should be Morocco. Yeah, but I know that the sea fish is more good, but I'm tired of it. So the people here in Limbe hardly consume the fish in Limbe, because it's just common within them. But most people are coming out from Limbe, out of the country. Most of my customers are buying to take it out of the country, the ones I have. So they always ship it out of the country, or they are coming out from Limbe.
It should be noted that the coastal areas in the southwest region of Cameroon serve as a touristic site and a huge booster to the tourism sector in the country, a phenomenon which has led in the development of the region.
Thank you, Tatiana, for that factual report. Now, on to our human interest page. The discovery of a fetus in a trash can at the Bafoussam main market has sparked an outrage among traders. Women condemned the act, blaming the mother, while some pointed fingers at the father for abandoning her. One man expressed his desire to raise the child, highlighting his own loss of children. Others suggested the mother could have left the baby in a safer place. The senior divisional officer for MESAM has laid out conditions that must be met before he can remove the ban on motorcycles in the northwest region. Among them is for bike riders to paint their tanks yellow. That is what the senior divisional officer for MESAM in the northwest region has reiterated. Meantime, the World Bank has approved additional financing of 30 billion francs CFA for the rehabilitation of the Bamenda urban crossing. The project aims to improve a 6.538 kilometers section of the Bamenda Babadi Road, stretching from the Amu Mezam Junction to the veterinary junction in Bamenda, the northwest region of the country. Employees of Cameroon's airport management company ADC are in turmoil over a new policy mandating company uniforms every Friday. They argue this rule is unnecessary and infringes on their rights. However, the bigger concern for employees is the company's neglect of critical issues such as deteriorating infrastructure, neglected equipment, and damaged runways. Airlines have raised alarms about the poor conditions and safety risks. Employees view the uniform policy as diversion from addressing these pressing problems. Their primary worry is the lack of action on crucial issues, not potential disciplinary measures. During recent military operations conducted by the Multinational Joint Task Force MNJTF against extremist organizations in the Lake Chad area, there were notable achievements. Soldiers serving under Task Force Wulgo successfully rescued 34 women and children from Boko Haram in villages close to Lake Chad. Additionally, they managed to eliminate a terrorist during the process of clearing land mines. Political activist Cabral Libby has lodged complaints against Paula Tanganji, the Minister of Territorial Administration, with the United Nations, the African Union, the European Union, and several European embassies. Cabral Libby accuses Atanganji of violating rights and freedoms and hindering democracy through abuse of power. Also, the German embassy in Yaoundé has revealed that the German company Authentic GmbH that had won the contract to produce identity cards within 48 hours will start production by the end of the year 2024. The foundation stone has been laid for the site of production. And we talk something different. The Port Authority of Douala (PRD) has casted doubts on the efficiency and objectivity of a recently published container port performance index released by the World Bank and Global Market Intelligence. Going by the PAD officials, the report, which according to the World Bank aims to provide ports with elements for assessment as well as opportunities for improving their performance, did not follow the required evaluation procedure. The Northwest Regional Assembly will in July publicly unveil a litany of development projects which seek to transform the region into an El Dorado in the next 5 years. This development was disclosed by the president of the regional legislative body, Professor Fu Angwafo III. The disclosure is the substance of a statement which also announced the holding of the Northwest Development Forum to be staged next month. Renowned international medical charity Doctors Without Borders has disclosed that the organization is currently in talks with government for a possible resumption of their activities in the crisis-hit northwest and the southwest regions of the country. The disclosure was made in Yaoundé, and this was during a presser organized to flag off the 40th anniversary celebration of the humanitarian activities of Doctors Without Borders in Cameroon. The Institute of Agricultural Research for Development, in its acronym IRAD, headed by Dr. Noé Owen as Director General, has distinguished itself not only for its improved and diversified seeds, but also for its technological innovations in the agro-pastoral sector. This was at the just ended international exhibition of agro-pastoral industries and techniques of the North, dubbed SIAGROS. Non-governmental organization Good Citizenship Saves Lives, known by its French acronym CISAL, specialized in educating and sensitizing the public on best practices on the highway in order to curb road accidents, recently took its campaign to Bafoussam in the west region of the country. This was during the 17th edition of the National Finance School League B Games, reserved for primary school pupils from across Cameroon. France has showered praises of government of on the government of Cameroon rather for what it calls excellent achievements in implementing financial reforms in the accounting process of the state. Paris bared its mind through Toutois Benoit, the Director General of Public Finances in the French Ministry of Finance. We talk economy now. Access Bank has been recognized as the best trade partner bank in West Africa for 2024 by the International Finance Corporation (IFC), presented at the Global Trade Partners meeting held in Barcelona, Spain. This prestigious award highlights Access Bank's outstanding performance and commitment to fostering trade finance across the continent. On to one of our major lead stories now. Protests have erupted in parts of Kenya, with hundreds detained by police as citizens rejected planned tax hikes in the East African nation already grappling with escalating living costs. The government faced backlash in the capital Nairobi on Tuesday over controversial bills and was forced to amend it after dozens of demonstrators rallied outside the country's parliament building. And still on our international page now, environmental protesters have sprayed Britain's most famous prehistoric structure, Stonehenge, with orange paint a day before huge crowds are expected to gather there for the summer solstice. The Just Stop Oil protesters demanded, and the incoming government signed up to a legally binding treaty to phase out fossil fuels by 2030 rather. The group posted on X. Astronomers are witnessing a never before seen spectacle in the cosmos, the awakening of a supermassive black hole at the center of a distant galaxy. That is what has been reported from the astronomy division in the US. Families that lost loved ones in two Boeing 737 MAX crashes said the company committed the deadliest corporate crime in US history and asked the Justice Department to find the company the maximum bill of $24 billion it could face in a criminal trial. Families that have lost loved ones in the two Boeing, or rather, scientists have discovered a 246 million-year-old marine reptile fossil, the oldest of its kind to be found in the southern hemisphere, shining a new light on the early evolution of marine mammals. Dozens of people have died and thousands have been treated for a heat stroke while performing the annual Muslim Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca amid extreme temperatures of up to 49 degrees Celsius. That's about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Meantime, at least two major airlines have warned pilots that if a bird hits one of the engines of on a Boeing 737 MAX, the passenger cabin could become filled with smoke. Documents newly obtained by news agencies across the world say that Boeing warned Southwest Airlines and American Airlines of the potential problem in February. That and both airlines in turn sent alerts to their respective pilot groups. Meantime, Ecuador faces a nationwide blackout as a government official has said the country is working to resolve a cascade disconnection. A police constable working as part of the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's protection team was arrested this week for allegedly making bets related to the timing of the general election. The officer was arrested on Monday on suspicion of misconduct in public office. A Metropolitan Police spokesperson reported this news to us here. Now, it could be 1 point ahead of Croatia, only on goal difference. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we put an end to this edition of the news on CAM1 Radio, the People's Radio. Of course, the frequency is 99.5 FM. We shall be seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same place on this particular network. Stay blessed and stay blessed in the company of our programs on CAM1 Radio. Okay. I think we're not now. Let me see the microphone be go off here. Okay, as you come, how you come?